So to begin our ceremony, we welcome in the chuppah as it's carried by our bride and groom siblings, Erica, Julie, Hannah, and Grant, as they process in with the chuppah at this time.
Erev Shoshanim Nitzena el habustan Mor besamim ulevona leraglech miftan Laila yored liat Veruach Shoshan noshva Hava ilchash lach shir bala Zemer shel ahava Laila yored liat Veruach Shoshan noshva Hava ilchash lach shir bala Zemer shel ahava Lechi lach to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha to a place you do not know. Lechi lach on your journey I will bless you. And you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. Teach me to see the things I cannot see. Teach me to hear the things I cannot hear. Teach me to feel the things I cannot feel. Teach me to be all that I can be. Ve'erastich li le'olam b'tzedek. Ve'erastich li le'olam ha'olamim. Ve'erastich li Ve'erastich li Ve'erastich li le'olam. Now I will know your joys and know your fears, and we will grow as days turn into years, two lives entwined, two hearts that beat as one. Ve'erastich li le'olam. Ve'erastich li
Bruchim haba'im v'shem Adonai barachnuchem mi beit Adonai. Blessed are you who come here in the name of God. We bless you now in God's presence.
Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, berachnuchem mi beit Adonai.
Mi adir al kol, mi gadol al kol, mi baruch al kol, hu yivarech hatan v'kala, O most awesome, glorious, splendid God. Grant your blessings upon these, your children. This bride, Alexa, this groom, Josh, as they become one in marriage together.
Mi adir al hakol, mi baruch al hakol, mi gadol al hakol, hu yevarech hechatan v'hakala.
So our ceremony begins with the first cup of wine that you drink from, each of you holding it individually, reminding us of two individuals who have found one another. Granted, this started 10 years ago when you were 18 years old and had no idea what reality was in this world. And maybe it's a caveat, a warning to all freshmen in college to beware of who they started hanging out with, because it could end up like this, or maybe it's something good that we tell all freshmen in college. To remind them that choose wisely, and Halloween and those first parties of fraternities and sororities and what might happen. That you stand here together to become one in marriage. So you drink from this cup, Josh, that comes from your home, this Kiddush cup, reminds us at this time of two individuals, each with their careers, each with what you've done, each of what you've supported one another with as well. Later in this ceremony, in the traditional blessings of marriage, you'll hold the glass together, reminding us that you share everything from that point forward. So Josh, you take that first. We say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Blessed you, God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishana mitotav, v'hitir lanu et hanisuim nisuot lanu al yedei chuppah v'kedushin. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh amo Yisrael, al yedei chuppah v'kedushin. We praise you, God, ruler of the universe, who houses with mitzvot and consecrates this marriage. We praise you, God, who sanctifies our people Israel through kiddushin, the sacred rite of marriage at the chuppah. And so we begin as you stand here together holding hands. It's working. With the support of your 5 siblings around you, honoring you, holding this chuppah. And a reminder for us that the chuppah is a symbol of a home that you create together. It's opened on all sides, that people feel welcome in it as well, that they're welcomed in your life. And even in these awkward pandemic times, you still create that love that you exude, that people want to be in your life and are brought into it. So no matter where you find yourself, of course, when you're holding hands at your home, whether you're here in Michigan or Ann Arbor or in Indiana, for whatever reason you might be in Indiana, wherever you find that you have home, or on your journeys together, you create small homes, right? And your journeys of Iceland or Mexico, whatever it is, that it's yours, and it's a place of warmth and love. And no matter what the challenge is, they remind each other when you hold one another's hand, you give that support and that comfort and that confidence that you need to take on the world and to have the support. The simplest of places becomes a home. Of course, with your father's tallis, with Jeffrey of blessed memory, above you at this time, how important that is too. So his presence is here with you on this day. And the blessings that you can feel and understand and appreciate as well. And so those who come before us are a part of your lives and a part of this blessing. And we honor at this moment. I know, Alexa, for you being married in the synagogue, as well as for Josh, is really, I think, equally important. Because I remember the first time, I think, when you came to the synagogue, when it was high holidays, maybe late in college or after college, and you were together, and you were sitting here, and it was the extended Tish on Yom Kippur. And I watched you, and you were curious. You had questions, and you wanted to know more. And I realized, wow, Josh has found a keeper. Someone who understands what's important to him, that he appreciates, but also someone who can help him see things with eyes wide open and appreciate the blessings around him as well. From that first little vacation you took as children, in a sense, right? But realizing that each of you have strengths that you can bring out the best in each other. That one of you is particularly organized and really methodical and understanding, and the other one's willing to just go with it and be okay with it. You appreciate that. The yin and the yang of what you have in your lives. The blessings of marriage, the 7 blessings of marriage, are to be truly yours. And so you hold that cup together, this Michigan cup, that is, for us, a reminder that you share everything, like I said a moment ago. And when the cup is filled to the brim, representing joy in life for one of you, the other feels that. And when it's diminished because of what life can throw our way, well, because you have each other, you're able to fill that back up. And so with that in mind, I ask you to hold this special Kiddush cup now together. I never called that a Kiddush cup, but hold this together as Cantor sings the blessings of marriage, the Sheva Brachot.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafel. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehakol bara likvodo. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Yotzer ha'adam. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et Adam b'tzalmo, b'tzelem demut tavnito, v'hitkin lo mimenu binyan adiyad. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer ha'adam. Sos tasis v'tagel ha'akara, v'kibutz baneha letocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai, misameach Tzion b'baneha. Sameach tesamach reim ahuvim, kesamecha yetzirecha, began Eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai, misameach chatan v'chala. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sason v'simcha, chatan v'kala. Gila rina ditza v'chadva, ahava v'achava v'shalom v'reut. Me'era Adonai Eloheinu, Yishma be'orei Yehuda, uv'chutzot Yerushalayim, kol sason ve'kol simcha, kol chatan ve'kol kala, kol nitzalot chatanim mechupatam, uneorim mishtei neginatam. Baruch atah Adonai, misameach chatan im hakala. Amen.
That's why we use white wine. Just like that first party. Blessed are you, God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine, and the sweetness of life. Blessed are you, God, who brings bride and groom together in the sacred rite of Kiddushin of marriage. Blessed are you, God, who celebrates the bride and groom under the chuppah, the streets of Jerusalem and the land of Zion. Brings laughter, joy, happiness into their lives. Blessed are you, God, who celebrates the bride and groom. But the mystics tell us every bride and groom should have their own wishes for their lives, what they hope for, what they dream. And so what you have articulated for this day, for your marriage, for your lives together, that happiness is what you create in your lives for yourselves. That the happiness is part of your careers and the success that you do and what you're able to have as well. That you have a home that is settled and comfortable and warm and loving because of who you are. That you have the ability and the adventure in life to travel and see the world together, but also through one another's eyes. That you, Josh, are always able to make Alexa laugh. And that's really good for you, that she wants that and appreciates that and laughs with you and finds you someone who brings out the joy in her. And lastly, may be blessed with 4 happy and healthy babies. Not at once. I don't know how we stagger them out, but you have good role models, it's good, and so you should have that. I'm sure there are a few individuals here who'd very much like to see that, and as well as the two of you. So your blessings for this day, we all say, amen. And so, again, remarkably, what you created 10 years ago, you celebrate now. And I know when we started talking about this day over a year ago and began planning it out, who would know what our world would throw at us? Who would know what we wouldn't be able to do? Yet all along, as we kept talking from March on, you always had the priority, the focus on what mattered most, that the people who are here right now are here right now. Others can watch and celebrate and honor you too. Even the fact that Cantor, it's the first time we've done a wedding together in 7 months, 8 months, because all the weddings have been small and intimate. But because you wanted it here, we have her in the secure box over there. And so we're able to, and I know how important having Cantor's voice for both of you, Josh, from your entire life, but now Alexa, what you find as holy as well as a part of this. All of this is what you have created and what you do in life and what you make meaningful. And what we did right before the ceremony with your parents, with Kathy and Wendy and Ed, as they stood and gave you a blessing in a sense. So as a rabbi, is it my honor to stand with them and give bride to groom and groom to bride. To share with everyone what you see in each other and why this is right, why this is holy, why this is something that you've wanted to create in your lives. But rather than me just sharing that right now, you've asked, and I've asked for you to write your vows today. And so I'd like you to share that for all of us to hear and enjoy as well. Who's going first? Wait, was that for real? I just asked who's going first, and they each pointed to the other. So now they both want it. I'm going with the lady. Doctor.
My dearest Jashi, I don't think anyone ever would have thought that October night in 2010 would lead to a wedding day 10 years later. I remember so vividly looking across Steve Wetstein's bedroom at Phi Delta Theta and thinking about how badly I wanted to talk to you and how cute you were. I often reflect back on all the things that just so happened to work out for us that night. You just so happened to be the sober monitor, Casey Wenson just so happened to drink a little too much, and it just so happened you had to ask for my phone number to make sure she was okay. Although the night ended differently than I had originally anticipated, I'm eternally grateful for that freshman year Hollow Weekend. Since that night, we've both grown and learned so much about each other. I've learned you'll probably always hate the way I fold your t-shirts, yet you'll never actually complain to me about it. You'll simply refold them when I'm not looking. And even though I'm pretty sure you loathe it, you'll always rub my back at night regardless of how tired you are. One of the most profound things I think we've learned together was how to communicate with each other when we're feeling off and how to let each other know that we need a little extra attention. Don't do it. The profoundness in our communication didn't come easily, though. 3 years of long distance, differences in beliefs, and some tough transition have made us really question whether this was the relationship for us. During your last year in law school, I read the novel A Man Called Uwe and came across a quote that suddenly made it all click. The quote begins the chapter titled, A Man Called Uwe and a Glass of Whiskey, which now seems very fitting. And it says, loving someone is like moving into a house. At first, you fall in love with all the new things, amazed every morning that all this belongs to you, as if fearing that someone would suddenly come rushing in through the door to explain that a terrible mistake had been made and you weren't actually supposed to live in a wonderful place like this. Then, over the years, the walls become weathered, the wood splinters here and there, and you start to love that house not so much because of its perfection, but rather for its imperfections. You get to know all the nooks and crannies, how to avoid getting the key caught in the lock when it's cold outside, which of the floorboards flex slightly when one steps on them, or exactly how to open the wardrobe doors without them creaking. These are the little secrets that then make it your home. Yosh, I love you for everything you are and everything that you're not. I love you for your weird nooks and crannies and your impressive patience. Our love has been perfectly imperfect, and that's exactly what makes it ours. We've faced difficult decisions and turmoil over the years, which makes me even more confident that I want to do life with you, and I'm so lucky that you want to do it with me too.
I'm here for you.
Acceptance, communication, and playfulness are 3 pillars that I think we've used to build the foundation of our relationship. Today, I vow to you to continue using this foundation and work to make it even stronger throughout our life together. I want you to know that I'm not just choosing you today, but I'm choosing you every day for the rest of my life. As a silly old bear once said, if you live to be 100, I hope I live to be 100 minus 1 day so that I never have to live without you.
Should have gone first.
Should have gone first. Give me a second here. Wiping away the tears. Wow, okay. I, Joshua Aaron Lowenthal, stand here in front of our friends and family to take you, Alexa Grace, to be my wife, best friend, and lifelong partner. October 2010. My life changed forever. I met you. From our earliest fraternity and sorority day parties, the trip to Punta Cana, and summers around Ann Arbor, I knew that there was something special about you. I knew that I met my best friend, the woman that I adore, my person. Back then, I could only dream that this day would finally arrive. I feel overwhelmingly thankful and proud to be standing here next to you today under this chuppah. Sometimes, when we are sitting at home, watching an episode of the latest show that we're binge watching, you ask me why it is that I love you. I often just smile because the answer is that there are few words that I can use to capture just how much I love you. But for the moment, I'm going to try. You were kind, you were smart, you were driven in every endeavor that you set out to achieve. You look for the best in people, even when sometimes you don't want to. And you continuously push each person you come into contact with to aspire to be the very best version of themselves. You were continuously pushing me out of my comfort zone and into the best edition of me. But you were also humble, and you were curious in ways that consistently astound me. You challenge how I see the world, and I am better, more thoughtful, more aware of a person because of it. Thank you for pushing my boundaries and pushing me outside of my comfort zone. Thank you for accepting me for the person I am today. Thank you for growing with me, for being patient with me, and for loving me unconditionally. Alexa, you've taught me that 2 people joined together with respect, trust, and open communication can be far stronger and happier than each could ever be alone. You know me better than anyone else in this world, and that's true. And somehow you still manage to love me. You're my best friend and my one true love. There's still part of me today that can't believe that I'm the one who gets to marry you. So I promise to love you and adore you. I promise to push you to be the greatest version of yourself. I promise to always cook your dinner, give you food when you get hangry, and rub your back when you fall asleep at night. I promise to watch in awe as you conquer the academic world. And I promise to cherish and respect you, to care and protect you, to comfort and encourage you, and stay with you for all eternity.
And so as you hold each other's hands now, I ask you to repeat these words of love as found in our Bible. Wherever you go, I will go.
Wherever you go, I will go.
Your home is my home.
Your home is my home.
Your kin are my kin.
Your kin are my kin,
Your people are my people.
Your people are my people.
And not but death
and not but death
will part thee
will part thee
and me.
and me.
And not but death
And not but death
part thee
will part thee
and me.
and me.
And so I ask you now, Alexa, will you vow to love and cherish Josh as your husband, to trust and respect him as your friend, bring patience, caring, encouragement, and laughter into your daily lives? Will you vow to do these things during triumphs and sorrow and good times and bad as you share your dreams together? If so, answer, I do. And Josh, will you vow to love and honor Alexa as your wife, to trust and respect her as your friend, to bring patience, caring, encouragement, and laughter into your daily lives? We vow to do these things during triumphs and sorrow and good times and bad as you share your dreams together. If so, answer, I do. And so I ask you to take this ring now. Josh, you first placing this on the forefinger of Alexa's right hand. As you sit, forefinger of her right hand, that's right. Saying these words, Hare,
Hare,
At,
At,
Mikudeshet,
Mikudeshet, Li,
Betabaat,
Bitvat,
Zo,
Zo,
Kedat,
Kedat,
Moshe,
Moshe,
V'Yisrael.
Israel,
You're consecrated to me
you're consecrated to me
as my wife
as my wife
with this ring,
with this ring,
according to the laws of Moses
according to the laws of Moses
and the people of Israel.
and the people of Israel.
Alexa, do the same thing, emulating what Josh just did, saying these words as well. Hare, Ata, Mikudash, Li, Betabaat, Zo, Kedat, Moshe, V'Yisrael. You're consecrated to me as my husband with this ring, according to the laws of Moses and the people of Israel. So as you have spoken these words and exchanged these rings, so hold hands, and signed this ketubah that says on the first day of the week, the 23rd day of the month of Tishrei in the year 5781, corresponding to the 10th day of October in the year 2020 here in West Bloomfield, Michigan, in the presence of family and friends, the beloveds Joshua, Aaron, Lowenthal, and Alexa Grace Ellis have been united in the covenant of marriage. And so it's my honor to be the first to recognize you at this time as husband and wife, or as doctor and lawyer. But I don't know, I wanted to say doctor, I just had to get it in there somehow. You married a doctor. So is it an honor, but you can't kiss yet? Because you have included many things in this moment in your lives that make this holy, that make this special, that make this who you are, right? And what I want for you is to always hold on to what you both articulated, what Evo shared. The fact that you are each other's best friends, that you bring out the best in one another, that you complement each other so nicely, that you are able to see the world already through each other's lens and understand more because of that. That, yes, this woman loves to laugh with you because of what you do and what you bring out, and watching her laugh is radiant. And you recognize that, you see that, and it fills the world. So that's your job, to keep making her smile and to make her laugh. And your job, of course, is to keep finding him amusing and to love that about him in his uniqueness and his specialness that you both have, that is so wonderful. Watching the two of you embark on this through all of the ups and downs and all of the challenges of this past year, that none of it was in our control. You still, even when we had appointments, when the three of us were in three different places, we're laughing. We're making it fun. We're finding the good that was still there. The world is filled with lots of challenges. It always will be. But because of who you are, you can make it better and bringing out that good with one another and as a couple too. And so one tradition we do now is we wrap you in this tallis and we pause for a moment, and I want you to think of those who are a part of your lives who are no longer here, those who have blessed you as well. We're told that a bride and groom under the chuppah are the closest to God, have that connection. And the souls that are were a part of our world are still connected with you. So as you come close to shoulder and shoulder, always bless you as we ask God to bless you with these traditional words.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you. May God protect you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine upon you, and through the two of you and your love shine through you into our world.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God always be a part of who you are, each as individuals and together as a couple. May you be blessed with gesund, with health. May you have nachas from kinder, joy from children, just as your parents have at this moment. May you feel that in your lives as well. May you have parnasa, success in your careers and in what you create. And most of all, may you have shalom, may you have peace in your heart and your mind. May you bring more peace into our world, and we say, Amen. And so, before our ceremony concludes, speaking of peace into our world, we break this Kiddush cup. What? We break this cup here at this moment. And of course, everyone knows this as a symbol of Jewish weddings, that the groom breaks a glass at the end. And there are so many reasons we have for that tradition, which tells us that no one really knows why we break it. So everyone's waxing poetic. And yes, the idea that from the destruction of the temple 2,000 years ago and the brokenness of the world, that when we have joy, when we have love, that we have responsibility to bring some of the pieces of the brokenness in our world back together. And you create that in your lives already in what you do. But I love the tradition that Rabbi Schwartz, the elder, taught me, that even on this perfect day, something broke. So no matter what you face in life, you know October 10th, the day you became husband and wife finally, that day was perfect, yet something was still broken then. And you know that no matter what it is, you can overcome it because you have each other. You support each other, you give each other strength, and you're in it together. Some say, of course, it's just a way to start a good party. So it's not that much pressure, don't worry. But most importantly, for the two of you, it's the announcement that you are husband and wife and that you can kiss at this time. So, once you break the glass. But for all of the preparation, all of the plans, all of the variances and changes that we did, this is all that matters. You're now married. You have each other, and you begin life together now formally. And what changes, because you've been under a chuppah, is that holiness is a part of your love. Yes, in your mind, it's always been there, but it's been blessed now, and you have that with you as well. So with that in mind, Mazel tov!
בשנה הבאה נשב על המרפסת ונספור ציפורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תופסת בין הבית ובין השדות. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. Wait and see what a world this will be if we care, if we share, you and me. Wait and see what a world this can be if we care, if we share, you and me.
Mazel tov, everyone. Wendy and Ed and Kathy, mazel tov to you guys.
Mazel
Thanks
tov.
for asking Cantor and me to be a part of this and
I'm
sharing
so
your...
excited to be here. Mazel
your
tov,
joy.
everyone. What a beautiful ceremony. Beautiful words spoken to each other.